Welcome to Word Depths, where we dive beneath the surface of everyday English and explore the hidden roots of the words we use. Today's topic: fruit. Juicy, sweet, colorful, and full of etymological secrets. Let's start with the most iconic fruit in English: apple. The word apple comes from Old English epple, which likely has Germanic roots. But here's the twist. In early English, apple was a general word for any kind of fruit. A banana could be called an apple. A fig, still an apple. It wasn't until much later that the word narrowed to mean the specific red or green fruit we know today. Orange. This one's a world traveler. It began in Sanskrit as naranga, moved to Persian and Arabic as naranj, became orange in Old French, and finally arrived in English as orange. But here's the fun part. The color orange got its name from the fruit, not the other way around. Before that, people in English just said red, yellow, or saffron, banana. The word banana likely comes from a West African language, probably Wolof, where it's also banana. It was picked up by the Portuguese or Spanish during the colonial period and then entered English. So when you eat a banana, you're speaking a word rooted in Africa, carried by European explorers, and spread globally. Pineapple. This one is just bizarre. When European explorers first saw the tropical fruit in the Americas, they thought it looked like a pine cone, so they called it a pineapple. Pine for pine cone, and apple, which, remember, used to mean fruit. In most other languages, it's called something like ananas, but English had to be different. Grape. The word grape actually comes from Old French grappe, which meant a bunch or cluster, especially of fruit. Originally, the English word for the fruit was wynberge, literally wineberry. But as winemaking spread and French became fashionable, grape took over. Melon, from Greek melopepon, literally meaning apple plus melon. The Romans simplified it to melepepo, and that eventually became melon in English. So next time you eat a watermelon, remember, you're eating an apple-melon hybrid, at least linguistically. Strawberry. This one seems simple, but it's still debated. Some say it's because the fruit grows among straw. Others say it's because people used to sell them on beds of straw. But the most interesting theory? That straw comes from an old word meaning to strew, because the berries seem to be strewn on the ground. Closing. So the next time you walk through a fruit market or open your fridge, remember, you're not just holding food. You're holding centuries of language history, from Persian orchards to African coasts, from Greek gardens to medieval England. Fruit words have been on quite a journey. If you enjoyed today's dive into language, don't forget to like, subscribe, and peel back more layers of English with us here at Word Depths. See you next time.